It only feels natural for parents to want to bring out the very best in their children. When it comes to academic excellence, though, how you push your children can have a direct impact on their mental health.
One of the things as we start this academic year is to let us start to encourage our children to do their best rather than what we think is their best.
Clinical psychologist Deshane Gutierrez explains that too often parents are focused on the wrong measures.
You don't want to make every child feel like I have to get a 90 or 100 for them to be successful. Because you want to maximize on the effort. What is the child really doing that is they're functioning at their best potential? Motivation plays a crucial role in your willingness to learn the material. So if you're already struggling and then you feel like you're incompetent, that becomes even harder, because then now when you're getting the materials at school, it's hard to focus. You're either anxious, you're too sad, you're feeling a little bit more depressed than normal because now you feel like I can't do it. So effort is very important, because when you feel like you can't do something, when you fail and you fail again, you get up and you try and try again. But that is because you feel that you have the capacity to do it. But if you feel like you don't have the capacity, one or two failures and you give up.
It is a part of healthy childhood development to want to please your parents. When parents focus exclusively on grades and not on the effort the child has made, children feel like they're falling short of their expectations. The effects of this can be devastating.
Some of the long-term effects is, one, their self-esteem. Their self-esteem becomes greatly impacted because now they start to see themselves as a failure. Some children may have a couple outcomes. Two of the main one is, one, they may give up, not try, and that impacts learning, because when they're at school, they may say, well, it doesn't matter how much effort I put, I still won't get good grades the way that mom or my teacher or my dad expects. And then for some person, they become overachievers. I mean, they try to strive hard. While we may say, well, that's a good thing, they're doing it not for self-motivation. They're doing it for external motivation. When you rely a lot on external motivation, when you don't get that applause or that acknowledgement, it impacts you. And so it impacts the way you socialize. They may be so book-driven that they don't learn life skills. They don't really enjoy life.
Paying attention to the effort is one step, but Gutierrez reminds parents to be mindful of the language they use with their little ones.
If you notice that your child is spending time actually studying, doing the work, then acknowledge that. I noticed that you were studying, you only got you got a 70, but that's okay. I am happy for that 70. And you notice I changed my words when I said you only got a 70, because even things like that, we innocently say things like you only did this, or you only scrape, or you need to work harder. But what your child is hearing is, I failed, I am not good enough. So even though we may say it's motivation, they're internalizing it differently. The child could be bright in different areas, but still struggling in a particular area. So it doesn't mean that because your child isn't producing a certain grade and you know that they're bright means that they're not putting the effort. Bright doesn't mean you're bright all across. Learning is a spectrum. And so you could be good in certain things and weak in other things. So it's always figuring out what you're weak in and how can we improve that.
And for those parents who seek extra help for their kids, Gutierrez suggests being clear on what you expect from a tutor. Does your child need homework assistance, or does your child need remedial tutoring to get them up to par with weak subjects? While the goal is to get your child to perform at his or her best academically, Gutierrez stresses a balance that includes play or relaxation time.
We put grades like grades is everything. But for you to be successful in life, it's more than your grades. It has to be in terms of your personality. It has to be with different skill set. And it has to be with motivation and self-confidence.